Hello everyone, welcome back to the top percentile. My name is Arbaz and today we will be solving CAT 2024 Slot 2 Quants section. Now if you're someone who's planning to appear for any of the MBA entrance exams this year, we at the top percentile have come up with the most comprehensive course that will help you crack CAT, XAT, SNAP, NMAT, CMAT and CET. You will be under the guidance of mentors and faculties who have graduated from one of the top B schools of our country. We provide you with abundance of mocks, practice materials, 24/7 doubt solving, pretty much everything that you'll need to score more than 99 percentile. For more information, please visit our website or you can even call us at the given number and we'll be more than happy to help you. Now we'll begin with a session. I'd suggest you to solve all the questions along with me. So let's solve. Let's look at the first question. When 3 to the power 333 is divided by 11, the remainder is what? So काफ़ी स्टैंडर्ड क्वेश्चन है ये। इसको हम अप्रोच कैसे करेंगे? हमें 3 के पावर्स को डिवाइड करते रहना है बाय 11 जब तक कि मुझे रिमाइंडर 1 नहीं मिलता और जब मुझे रिमाइंडर 1 मिल जाएगा मुझे आई विल नो दैट वो जो साइकिल ऑफ रिमाइंडर है वो रिपीट होगा। ओके, सो लेट्स सी हाउ इट्स डन। सो 3 जो कि फर्स्ट पावर है, व्हेन दिस इज डिवाइडेड बाय 11 मुझे रिमाइंडर मिलेगा 3। जब 3 स्क्वायर को हम डिवाइड करेंगे 11 से, रिमाइंडर मिलेगा 9। 3 क्यूब को डिवाइड करेंगे 11 से, रिमाइंडर मिलेगा 5। 3 टू द पावर 4 को डिवाइड करेंगे 11 से, मुझे रिमाइंडर मिलेगा 4। 3 टू द पावर 5 को डिवाइड करेंगे 11 से, मुझे रिमाइंडर मिलेगा 1। अभी इसके आगे रिपीट होना चाहिए, लेट्स सी। 3 टू द पावर 6 हम डिवाइड करेंगे 11 से, मुझे रिमाइंडर मिलेगा 3। सो इफ यू कैन सी यहाँ से रिपीट हो रहा है साइकिल। सो ये हमारा होगा एक साइकिल अप टिल 3 टू द पावर 5। सो हम क्या कर सकते हैं, 3 टू द पावर 333 को रीराइट करेंगे। 3 पावर 5, आई नो 3 पावर 5 का साइकिल फॉलो हो रहा है। सो 3 पावर 5 को हम 5 6 30, 5 6 30 एंड आई एम लेफ्ट विथ 3 क्यूब। सो जब ये पार्ट को डिवाइड करेंगे 11 से, आई ऑलरेडी नो कि उसका रिमाइंडर आ रहा है 1। और जो ये रिमेनिंग पार्ट है, ये जब डिवाइड होगा 11 से, मुझे रिमाइंडर मिलेगा 5। ओके, सो this will be my answer, which is option D. Let's look at question number 2. If x and y satisfy the equations mod x plus y equals to 15 and x plus mod y minus y equals to 20, then what is x minus y? Okay, so I have there are two values of a modulus, one is positive and one is negative. So I'll have two values from here and two values from here, which means I'm looking at 4 cases here. So let's just take one case and start solving. Um, Before that, what I can see here is that if I take mod x as negative first, so I can see that mod x minus x plus x will get cancelled. I'll get a value of y. I can substitute that value here and get a value of x. So, and the other case in which x is positive, I'm simply getting another linear equation here, and this also won't help me much. So let's just start by taking mod x as negative first. So when mod x is negative, the first equation will be minus x plus y equals to 15, and this will give me y as 15. Substituting this in the second equation, I'll get, so when y is 15, substituting in the second equation, I'll get this as x plus 15 minus 15 equals to 20, which means I'll have x as 20. Now if you see, we had taken x as negative here, right? But I've got x as positive, which means the value of mod x is not negative, which means it is positive, right? So let's move on to the second equation. So in the second equation as well, if you can observe, I can take y as positive first, because then both of them will get cancelled and it will be easier for me to proceed with the question. So let me take mod y as positive. So this will make my equation as x plus y minus y equals to 20, and x I'll get here as 20. So when x is 20, my second equation will be, my first equation will be 20 plus 20 plus y equals to 15. This will give me y as minus 25. Okay, so now I have y as negative here, right? But I had taken mod y as positive, which means that the value of mod y is not positive. That means it is negative. Okay, so let me rewrite our equations now, because I know the value of modulus. So mod x is positive, so my first equation will become x plus y equals to 15, and my second equation will become x minus y equals to 20. So let us rewrite this. This will be 2x plus y equals to 15, and this will be x minus 2y equals to 20. Now I just have to solve these equations. Let me multiply the first equation by 2. This will give me 4x plus 2y equals to 30. Now I can add these equations. So on adding these equations, I'll get 5x as 50. So x will be 10, and substituting in any of the equations. So if x is 10, so let me take this equation. If x is 10, this will be minus 2y equals to 20. 2y will be equal to minus 10 and y will be minus 5. Okay, so I have a x, I have y. What was required? I need to find x minus y. So x minus y will be 10 minus 5, which is 15. So 15 will be my answer, which is option D. Let's look at question number 3. If m and n are natural numbers such that n is greater than 1 and m raised to n is equal to 2 raised to 25 into 3 raised to 40, then what will be m minus n? Okay, so in this question, what I'll try to do is I will try to bring this RHS into the form of LHS. Okay, so that will be my approach. Let's just start. So I have 2 raised to 25 here and 3 raised to 40. So what we can do is we can rewrite this as 2 raised to 5 into 5 into 3 raised to 8 into 5, right? So we can further write this as 2 raised to 5 into 3 raised to 8 whole power 5, right? So we can say that this is m and this is n, and so let's simplify this further. What is 2 raised to 5? It is 32, and 3 raised to 8. 3 raised to 8 will be 81 square. If you have access to the calculator in the exam, please use it right away. Otherwise, you should know these methods of squaring. So 81 square, 19 less than 100. So this will be 361. 81 minus 19. This will give me 62. 3 will be carry forwarded here. This will be 6561. Okay. So 81 square is 6561. This will be raised to 5. Again 32 into 6561. If you have access to the calculator, use it straight away. What we'll do is we'll try to solve it. 6. Okay. I have 6561. Okay, so what we can do is into 10, and I have this 3 times, right, into 30. 6561 into 2, this will be 6000 into 2 is 12,500 into 2 is 1000. I have 13,000. 61 into 2 is 122. So this will be 13,122. Let me add this quickly. This will be 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be 19. This will be again 19, and this will be 20. Okay. So what I have here is 209952 raised to the power 5. So finally I have this in the form of m raised to n. Okay, so this is m and this is n. What I need to find is m minus n. So this will be 209952 minus 5, which will be 209947. This will be my answer, which is option C. Let's look at question number 4. A function f maps the set of natural numbers to whole numbers such that f of xy is equal to f of x into f of y plus f of x plus f of y for all x, y, and f of p is equal to 1 for every prime number p. Then the value of f of 160,000 is what? Okay, so I already have a function given here. So what we'll do first is let me reduce this value to its prime factors. So this 16 is 2 to the power 4. I have 4 zeros, so this will be 2 to the power 4 into 5 to the power 4. This will be 2 raised to 8 into 5 raised to 4. Okay, so what we can do next is I have f of p given as 1. What will be f of p square? This will be f of p into f of p plus f of p plus f of p. Right, so I have this as 1 into 1 plus 1 plus 1. This will be 3. What we'll do is let me find f of p raised to 4. This will be f of p square into f of p square plus f of p square plus f of p square. So f of p square is 3. So this will be 3 into 3 plus 3 plus 3. So this will be 9 plus 6, which will be 15. Okay. Now since I have 2 raised to 8 here, let me go further and find power of 8 for this function. So this will be p raised to 4 into f of p raised to 4 plus f of p raised to 4 plus f of p raised to 4. F of p raised to 4 is 15. This will be 15 into 15 plus 15 plus 15. 15 into 15 is 225, and this will be plus 30. This will give me 255. 225 plus 30, 255. Okay. Now let me come back to our question. So I have f of 160,000 as f of 2 raised to 8 into 5 raised to 4. So I know f of x into y is what? So I can again go ahead and write this as f of x into f of y plus f of x plus f of y, right? So I know f of prime raised to 8 f of prime raised to 8 is 255. So this will be 255 into f of prime raised to 4 is 15. This will be 15. F of prime raised to 8 is 255. F of prime raised to 4 is 15. This should give me my answer. 255 into 15. So I have 2550. And this will be 275, 1275. Right? Yeah. So this will be 5. This should give me 12. This will be 8 and 3. So this is 3825. 3825 plus 255 plus 15 is 270. So my answer will be 4095, which is my option B. Question number 5. ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to CD. The sides AD and BC, when extended, intersect at point E. Okay. If AB, okay, so the data is given further. Let me first just draw the figure up till the information given here. So I can see that this will form a triangle because the two sides of the trapezium is further extended and they intersect at E. So this will give me a triangle, and this will be one of the sides of trapezium. So this will be A, B, C, D, and D and E intersect at E. Okay, so AB is 2, CD is 1, and perimeter A. Okay, so the further the data is if AB is 2, okay, I've written CD is 1. Okay, the perimeter of ABCD is 6. Okay, so I have perimeter also given. Then the perimeter of triangle AEB will be what? Okay, so what I need to do is I need to find the sides. Okay, so what we can do is we can first I can clearly see one thing here. It's that the angle E is same to both the triangles, that is triangle DEC and triangle AEB. Okay. Similarly, if you can see DC and AB, these two are the parallel lines, right? And EA and BE are acting as traversals here. So what I can say here is that angle D and angle E will be congruent, okay, because they are the corresponding angles. Similarly, angle C and angle B will be congruent, corresponding angles. Got it? And so I have three angles that are congruent, which makes this triangle DEC similar to triangle AEB, right? So if these triangles are similar, the corresponding sides will be in the same ratio. So let me take angle D, angle opposite, side opposite to angle D. So this will be EC. Side opposite to angle A, this will be EB. Similarly, side opposite to angle C, ED. Side opposite to angle B, this will be EA. And the remaining sides CD and BA. So this will be 1 by 2. Okay, I have already been given the value of CD and AB. From here, what we can do is EC upon EB is 1 by 2. So this means that EC is half of EB. Okay, and the other result that I can bring out from here is ED will be half of EA. Okay, so EC is half of EB. So if this is Y, this also will be Y. Okay, it satisfies. Similarly, if this is X, this also will be X. Okay, now we have perimeter of trapezium ABCD given to us. So the perimeter of ABCD is 6. Let me add these up. This will be 2 plus Y plus 1 plus X as 6, which will give me X plus Y as 3. Okay, now what I need to find? I need to find perimeter of triangle AEB. Okay, which will be X plus X, Y plus Y. So this will be 2 into X plus Y plus 2. X plus Y is 3, 3 2s are 6 plus 2. So my answer will be 8. Perimeter will be 8, option C. Question number 6 says Amal and Vimal together can complete a task in 150 days, while Vimal and Sunil together can complete the same task in 100 days. Amal starts working on the task and works for 75 days. Vimal then takes over and works for 135 days. Finally, Sunil takes over and works remaining task in 45 days. If Amal had started the task alone and worked on all days, Vimal had worked on every second day, Sunil had worked on every third day, then what is the number of days required to complete the task? Okay, so I know that Amal and Vimal, they take 150 days to complete the task, while Vimal and Sunil, they take 100 days to complete the same task. So let me assume the total work that's there is, it's the LCM of 150 and 100, so it will be 300 units. Okay, so 150, Amal and Vimal, they take 150 days. There are 300 units, so this will be 2 units per day, right? They will be doing 2 units per day of work, and Vimal and Sunil will be doing 3 units per day of work, right? Further, it is given that Amal is working for 75 days. So 75 days, and Amal is working for some unit, is doing some units of work per day. Plus Vimal is working for 135 days. Plus he's doing multiplied by he's doing some units of work per day, which will give me total units completed by Vimal. Similarly, 45 days into the number of units per day done by Sunil will give me the total units of work done by Sunil, right? So in all, this will be 300 units. I can further reduce this. This is 15 5s are, 15 9s are, 15 3s are, 15 20s are. Okay, so this is 5a plus 9v plus 3s equals to 20. And I already have from the earlier equation that Amal and Vimal together, they are doing 2 units of work per day, right? This will be my second equation. And Vimal and Sunil, they are doing 3 units of work per day, which will be my third equation. So I'll have to find the individual values. So what we'll do is, let me multiply the third equation by 3. So this will be 3v plus 3s equals to 9. And I'll subtract first equation with this, right? So this will give me 5a plus 6v equals to 11. Okay. Now let me rewrite this equation as, let me multiply this by 5. This will be 5a plus 5b equals to 10. Now let me subtract these two equations. So finally I'll have v as 1. So Vimal is doing 1 unit of work per day. Now if Vimal is doing 1 unit of work per day, from this equation I can say that Amal is also doing 1 unit of work per day. And similarly, from the third equation I can say that Sunil is doing 2 units of work per day. Okay, so I have the individual efficiencies of all three. Now moving on further, I know that Amal is working on all days, Vimal is working on every second day, and Sunil is working on every third day. Okay, so this is day 1, day 2, day 3. Let me take 3 more days because I know that Sunil is working on every third day. So I'll have enough data to check Amal is working on all the days. Vimal is working on every second day. So I'll have something like this. Sunil is working on every third day. Okay, so I'll have something like this. Uh, Now, further, I can say that this cycle will repeat, okay? Because on the seventh day, you can see I'll have only A working. On eighth day, I'll have A and V working. On ninth day, similarly, I'll have this cycle, it will get repeated, okay? So let me see like what's the total efficiency that I'm getting here. So I know that A is working for 1 unit per day. Efficiency, the units of work completed on first day will be 1. On second day, it will be 1 plus 1, 2. Third day, it will be 1 plus 2, that is 3. On fourth day, it will be again 1 plus 1, that is 2. On fifth day, it will be 1. And on sixth day, it will be 1, 1, 2, that is 4. So in total 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 13. So I have 13 units of work that gets done in 6 days. Okay, let me write this properly. So in 6 days, they are completing 13 units of work. Okay, so I need to get to 300. Okay, 300 is the total units of work that we had assumed earlier, right? So let me go closer to 300. I know 300 is not divisible by 13, but let me go closer to 300 and let's see how many cycles do we complete. So 300 divided by 3, 13. This will give me 13 2s are 26, 13 3s are 39, and it will leave me with a remainder 1. So that means I can get to 299 here. So this will be 299 units, and this will be on multiplying 13 units by 23, I'll get 299 units. Similarly, then I'll have to multiply 23 here. 23 5 is 115 and 118, 138. So this will be 138 days. So in 138 days, they'll be completing 299 units of work. So I still have 1 unit of work to be done. So on 139th day, on 139th day, A will again come in, right? And A is doing 1 unit of work. So this will complete my 300 units of total work. So that means in 139 days, I'll be completing the entire work. Okay. So the number of days required to complete the task will be 139 days. That will be my answer. Let's look at question number 7. Bina incurs 19% loss when she sells a product at 4860 to Sham, who in turn sells this product to Hari. Okay, if Bina would have sold this product to Sham, at the purchase price of Hari, she would have obtained 17% profit. Then the profit made by Sham is. Okay, so I have Bina here. So suppose the cost price of the product to Bina is 100x and she incurs 19% loss on selling it to Sham. So this will be 81x. Okay, and Sham purchases this product at 4860. So basically 81x will be 4860 rupees. 81 into 6 gives me 486, so this should be into 60, right? So with this I'll get the cost price of the product to Bina, so into 60, so I'll get this as 6000 rupees. Okay, if Bina would have sold this to Sham at the purchase price of Hari. Okay, so now Hari also comes into the picture, and if she would have sold this to Sham at the purchase price of Hari, she would have obtained 17% profit. Okay, so this will be 117x. The cost is 100x. She would have obtained 17% profit if Hari had purchased it at this price, right? And I know I have to multiply this by 60. Let me see how much I get. 117 into 60. Okay, so 6 sevens is 42, 6 ones are 6, 10 and 7. I'll have 0 here. Okay, so this is 7020 rupees. Now the profit made by Sham is what? Okay, so 4860 is basically the cost price of Sham, 7020 is the selling price, and in which he has sold the product, right? So I want to find the profit, so it's nothing but 7020 minus 4860. 0, 12 minus 6 is 6, 1, 10 minus 9 is 1, and 7, this will be 2160. So this should be my answer, 2160. Question number 8. The sum of the infinite series, I have a series given, is equal to, okay, so I need to find the sum of this series. So my approach would be, just start by multiplying this in the brackets. So if I multiply this, I'll get 1 by 5 whole square minus 1 by 5 into 1 by 7 plus 1 by 5 square into 1 by 5 square. This will be 1 by 5 raised to 4 minus 1 by 5 into 1 by 7 whole square plus 1 by 5 cube into 1 by 5 cube will give me 1 by 5 raised to 6 minus this will be 1 by 5 into 1 by 7 whole cube, and this will go on. Now what I can do is I can club the powers of 1 by 5 and I can club the powers of 1 by 5 into 1 by 7. Okay, so what I'll get is 1 by 5 whole square plus 1 by 5 raised to 4 plus 1 by 5 raised to 6 and so on. This part I'll need to subtract it with 1 by 5 into 1 by 7 plus 1 by 5 into 1 by 7 square plus 1 by 5 into 1 by 7 cube. This will go on. Okay, so now I know that in if we have a series like, okay, give me a second. Okay, so if we have a series of AR, AR square, AR cube, and so on, where we have R between -1 and 1. So the sum of infinite terms is A upon 1 minus R. So we'll use this formula here. So in the first bracket, if we use this formula, I can see that my R is 1 by 5 whole square. So, and my first term is 1 by 5 whole square as well. So this will be 1 by 5 whole square upon 1 minus 1 by 5 whole square. So this will be 1 by 25 upon 1 minus 1 by 25, which will give me 1 by 24. Okay, similarly, this part will give me my first term is 1 by 5 into 1 by 7, and my R is also the same 1 by 5 into 1 by 7. So we'll have 1 by 5 into 1 by 7 upon 1 minus 1 by 5 into 1 by 7. So this will give me nothing but 1 by 34. Okay. So finally rewriting this, I have 1 by 24 minus 1 by 34. This will give me 10 by 24 into 34, which is 5s, and this will be into 12. 340 into 12 will be 340 plus 68, which is 408. So this should give me 5 upon 408, which will be my answer, which is option A. So the next question says, if A, B, C are positive real numbers such that A is greater than 10, is it greater than equal to B, is greater than equal to C, and I have an equation here based on logs, then the greatest possible integer value of A, I have to find A. Okay, greatest possible value of A, possible integer value of A. Okay, fine. So what we'll do is we'll try to simplify the given equation. So log A plus B to the base 8. Okay, so what we can do is we can write 8 as 2 cube, and the power 3 will come out. So what this will look like is log 1 by 3 into log A plus B to the base 2 upon log C to the base 2 plus, similarly 27 is 3 cube. So using the log property, I can write 1 by 3 into log of A minus B to the base 3. Okay, base will be 3 cube and I can take 3 out. So this will be upon log C to the base 3. This will be 2 by 3. Okay, so further using the log properties, I can write this as 1 by 3 into log A plus B to the base C plus 1 by 3 into log of A minus B to the base C. This will again be 2 by 3. So 3 in the F 1 by 3 from LHS will cut with 1 by 3 from the RHS. This will finally give me log of a plus b to the base c plus log of a minus b to the base c equals to 2. Okay, so I can use another property. Log a plus log b is log ab. So this will get multiplied. A plus b into a minus b will be a square minus b square. And I have the base as c. This will be 2. So c will go here and it will become c square. I'll get this as a square minus b square is c square. I have to work on a, so let me rewrite this as a square is equal to b square plus c square. Now what I need to find is I need to find greatest possible integer value of a. So let me maximize b and c so that I can maximize a. So b is less than equal to 10, c as well is less than equal to b. So the maximum value that b can have will be 10 and maximum value that c can have will also be 10. So let me take this here. So the maximum value of a square will be 10 square plus 10 square, which will be 200. So a square, since I need to find the maximum possible integer value of a, if I take a as 15, 15 square will be 225. It will go beyond 200. Okay, I need to take this. It should be either equal to 200 or less than 200, right? So if I take a as 14, it should be integer and positive integer, right? So if I take a as 14, I'll get this as 196. So a as 14 works, right? So the greatest possible, 1 second. So yeah, this will be 14. Okay, so the greatest possible integer value will be 14. Question number 10. A company has 40 employees whose names are listed in a certain order. In the year 2022, the average bonus of the first 30 employees was 40,000. Average of the last 30 employees was 60,000 and of the first 10 and last 10 employees together was 50,000. Okay. Next year, the average bonus of the first 10 employees increased by 100%, of the last 10 employees increased by 200%, and of the remaining employees was unchanged. Okay. Then the average bonus in rupees of all 40 employees together in the year 2023, that is the next year, will be what? Okay. So what we'll do is we'll make 10 groups. We'll make 4 groups of 10 people. Okay, so I have 40 employees. So let me take 10 people in the first group, 10 people in the second group, 10 people in the third group, and 10 people in the fourth group. Okay, why I'm doing this? Because we are discussing first 30 employees initially, then last 30 employees, first 10 employees, last 10 employees. So it will be easier for us to proceed with the question. And let A be the average of the first 10 people, B be the average of the next, the bonus of the next 10 people, C be the average of bonus of the next 10 people, and D will be the average of bonus of the last 10 people. Okay, so now the average bonus of the first 30 employees is given as 40,000. So we can write this as A plus B plus C by 3, because I already have average of first 10, next 10 and next 10. So this will be 40k, right? Next, what's given, average of last 30 employees was 60k. So this means that B plus C plus D by 3 is 60K. And finally, average of first 10 and last 10 employees together was 50,000. So this means that A plus D by 2, this is 50,000. So let me rewrite this. This means that the average of first 10, next 10, and the next 10 is 120K. And this means that the average of B, C, and okay, this will be D. This is 180K. And the average of first 10 and last 10 is 100K. Okay. So here now what else we can do? Let me subtract these two equations. So this will give me D minus A as 60K, right? Now let me add, so let me take this as equation 1 and equation 2. Let me do 1 plus 2. This will give me 2D equals to 160K and D as 80K. Okay, so I have D as 80K, A will be 20K. I have A, I have D. So I can say that B plus C is 100K. Okay, now let me go back to the question. It says that next year the average bonus of the first 10 employees increased by 100%. Okay, so average of first 10 employees means A. Next year this increased by the first 10 employees, it increased by 100%. Last 10 it increased by 200%. So this will increase by 100%. That means this will become 40K. Last 10 will increase by 200%. That means this will become into 3. This will be 240K. And B and C remains unchanged, right? The remaining employees is unchanged. So this will be still, this will be 100K. Now I need to find average of all 40 employees together in 2023. So I'll add these up to 40K plus 40K plus 100K divided by 4. This is what I have to find. This is 380K upon 4. This will give me 4 nines are 36, 4 fives are 20K. So 95,000 should be my answer, which is option B. Let's look at question number 11. P, Q, R, and S are 4 towns. One can travel between P and Q along 3 direct paths, between Q and S along 4 direct paths, and between P and R along 4 direct paths. There is no direct path between P and S, while there are a few direct paths between Q and R and between R and S. One can travel from P to S either via Q or via R, or via Q followed by R respectively in exactly 62 possible ways. Okay, so I can break this question till here and let's try to draw a figure. So I know between P and Q, there one can travel in 3 direct paths. So if I have P here and Q here, so from P to Q, I can travel in, I have 3 direct paths to travel. Now between Q and S, there are 4 direct paths. So I'll take S here. So between Q and S, I'll have 4 direct paths. Now between P and R, again there are 4 direct paths. So if this is R, between P and R, there are 4 direct paths. There is no direct path between P and S, okay, while there are few direct paths between Q and R. Okay, so I have few direct paths between Q and R between R and S. So between R and S as well, I have some direct paths. Now, after this, we are moving to next set of information. So what I can do is I can take direct paths between Q and R as A, direct paths between R and S as B. Now let's move on to the next set of information. One can travel from P to S either via Q or via R or via Q followed by R respectively in 62 possible ways. Okay, so let's again stop uh, going through the question and try to note down the information. So we are looking at traveling from P to S. Okay, so the first path that's given is PQS. Okay, we are traveling via Q or via R. So this will be PRS, or via Q followed by R. So this will be Q, P, Q, R, and S. Okay, so there are three uh, paths that I'm looking at. So PQS. So I'm looking at PQS. So there will be 3 into 4 ways that I can travel from uh, in this path, that is PQS. So this will be possible in 12 ways. Now PRS, P, R, and S. It will be possible in 4 into B, that is 4B ways. From PQRS, P, Q, R, and S. This will be 3 into A into B ways. So I'll have this possible in 3AB ways. Okay. So the total possible number of ways that I can travel from P to S will be 12 plus 4B plus 3AB, and the sum is given to me, that is 62 possible ways, right? So this will be equal to 62, and I can write this as 4B plus 3AB equals to 50. So I have my first equation. Now moving on to the last piece of information given. One can also travel from Q to R either directly or via P or via S in 27 possible ways. Okay, so now I am looking at uh, traveling from Q to R. So the first way is directly. So this will be QR. Second possible way is QPR. And the third way that I'm looking at is QSR. Okay. So now QR, I know it is possible in A ways. So this will be A ways. QPR, QPR is possible in 3 into 4, that is 12 ways. QSR, QSR is possible in 4 into B, that is 4B ways. So the total that I'm looking at will be A plus 12 plus 4B equals to, I know it's done in 27 possible ways. This will be equal to 27. I can write this as A plus 4B equals to 15. I have my second equation with me. Now, how do we move on from here? So I know I have to find the number of direct paths between Q and R. Okay. So one thing that we can do here is we can subtract these equations, but then again, I will in fact get rid of 4B, but still I'll be left with 3AB plus A, which won't help me much. So let's try to find a different way in which we can get to our answer. So let's look at this equation. We can rewrite this as 4 plus 3A into B equals to 50. Now, looking at this equation, I can say that B is a multiple of 50, right? So the possible values of B can be the factors of 50. That is 1, 2, 5, 10, 25 and 50, right? So let's hold on to these values and now look at the second equation. I know a plus 4b is 15. I can say that 4b here will be less than or equal to 15, right? Because the sum should be 15, value cannot be greater than 15, it can be less than or equal to 15, which means that b has to be less than or equal to 3.75. Now looking at our possible values of b, I can say that only two values are possible that b can have. B can either be 1 or it can either be 2. So let's quickly take the values. So the first case will be b is 1. So when b is 1, I can take this equation now. So when b is 1, I know a will be 11, and when b is 2, a will be 4 to the 8, 15 minus 8 will be 7, a will be 7. Okay, now let's use our first equation to see if this satisfies. I know 4b plus 3ab is 15 is 50. So let's see if this sum comes down to 50. So 4, I have b as 1, this will be 4 plus 3ab. So this will be 3 into 11 into 1, which will be 33. This is giving me 37, which is not equal to 50. So this condition goes. So these value goes, b cannot be 1, a cannot be 11. Let's look at b equals to 2 and a equals to a equals to 7. Again, I know 4b plus 3ab should be 50. So this will be 4 into 2 plus 3 into 7 into 2. So 4 2s are 8, 14, 42. So this will be 50, right? So I have my final values of b into b and a. Okay. So what's required? I need to find the number of direct paths between q and r, which is a. So the value of a is 7, and that's my answer, 7. Okay, so question number 12. A fruit seller has a stock of mangoes, bananas, and apples with at least one fruit of each type. At the beginning of a day, the number of mangoes make up 40% of his stock. Okay. That day, he sells half of the mangoes, 96 bananas, and 40% of the apples. At the end of the day, he ends up selling 50% of the fruits. The smallest possible total number of fruits in the stock at the beginning of the day will be what? Okay, so let us first assume that the total number of fruits that we have, smallest possible total number of fruits that we have at the beginning is 100x. Okay, so now I have mangoes, bananas, and apples with me. Uh, at the beginning of the day, mangoes make up 40% of his stock, so this will be 40x. If that is mangoes are 40x, bananas plus apples will become 60x. Let us assume that the number of apples are a, so the number of bananas will be 60x minus a. At the end of the day, 50%, half of the mangoes, he's selling half of the mangoes, so he's left with other half, that is 20x. 96 bananas also is selling, so this will be 60x minus a minus 96. And 40% of the apples are also sold, so he's left with 60% of the apples, so this will be 0.68. Okay, and at the end of the day, totally he ends up selling 50% of the fruits, and that means he's left with the other 50%. So all in all, he's left with 50x fruits. So the sum of this will be 50x. That's what he's trying to tell us. So this will be 20x plus 60x minus a minus 96 plus 0.6a. This will be 50x. So this is 50x, 80x this will give me 30x, and let's take the remaining values to the right hand side. So this will give me 96 minus 0.4a. Okay, so I know that I need to find 100x, so let me multiply both the sides by 10 by x. So this will give me 100x, and this will give me 960 by 3 minus, multiplying this by 10 by 3, this should give me 4 by 3a. Okay, so 3 3s are 9, 3 2s are 6, and 0. So this gives me 100x equals to 320 minus 4 by 3a. Okay, so now here I can obviously say that the value of, okay, so I think I have made a mistake here. So if a will go on the right hand side, it will become plus a minus 0.6a, so this should give me plus 0.4a. Okay, right. So I know that I have to minimize 100x, and it should be a positive integer as well. So this means that I'll have to minimize a as well, but also making sure that this entire value is an integer. Okay, so the minimum value of a should be a multiple of 3, right? So a should be a multiple of 3, and the minimum value of a here is 3. Okay, but a big but here, I know that after selling some 40% of the apples, he was left with only he was left with 60% of the apples. So from this point, he like we can find out a has to be multiple of 5. Okay, because you can try putting in values as well from 1 to 5, but you should be able to do that. If I have to make this value as integer, a has to be a multiple of 5. So if a is taking first integer, for example 5, this is giving me 3. Okay, similarly if a is 10, it's giving me 6. Okay, so from these 2 points, I know that a is a multiple of 3 as well as 5. So that means a has to be a multiple of 15. Okay, and I'm trying to find the lowest possible value. So let me take the first smallest value of a, which will be 15. So this will be 320 into 4 by 3, 320 plus 4 by 3 into 15. This will be 3 5s are 15, and this will give me 5 4s are 20. So I'll have 320 plus 20, which will be 340, which should be my answer. So the next question says, if x plus 6 root 2 whole power 1 by 2 minus x minus 6 root 2 to the power 1 by 2 equals to 2 root 2, then what is x? So this is x plus 6 root 2, and this is root minus under root of x minus 6 root 2. This is 2 root. Okay, so let me just square both the sides. So this will give us a square plus b square minus 2ab. Now I have this in the form of a plus b and a minus b. So let me just write a square minus b square. 6 square is 36. Root 2 into root 2 will give me 2. 36 into 2 will be 72. And 2 root 2 square will be 8. Okay, so plus 6 root 2 and minus 6 root 2 will go. This will give me 2x minus 2 under root of x square minus 72 equals to 8. Again, 2 will divide 8 by 4. Now I have, let me bring 4 to the left hand side. This will give me x minus 4 equals to under root of x square minus 72. Okay, let me square now. So this will give me a square minus 2ab plus b square, and RHS will give me x square minus 72. X square will go, and finally I'll have 8x equals to, this will be 88 and x will be 11. So my answer to this question will be 11. So the next question says the coordinates of the three vertices of a triangle are 1, 2, 7, 2 and 1, 10. Then the radius of the in circle of the triangle is what? Okay, so I need to find in radius of this triangle. Now, if you look carefully, I have two vertices in which I can see that y is 2. Okay, so this means that these two vertices will lie on same line. So if this, if I take this as 1, 2, this will be 7, 2. Okay, and if you look at the third vertex, this is 1, 10. So this means that 1, 2 and 1, 10 will again lie in a same line. So let us draw the line. So this will be 1, 10. Okay, so this also completes a triangle. This will be a right angle triangle because these two are straight lines and they are perpendicular to each other. So this is a right angle triangle. Now the base of this triangle is 7 minus 1, that is 6. Height is 10 minus 2, that is 8. And we should know the hypotenuse, the triplets of this triangle. So if 6, 8, hypotenuse should be 10. Now there are two ways to find in radius. The first way is formula is area is equal to in radius into semi perimeter, and the second formula is in radius is equal to first side plus second side minus hypotenuse by 2. So we'll use the latter one. So in radius will be 6 plus 8 minus 10 by 2. 6 plus 8 is 14. 14 minus 10 is 4 by 2. So this will be 2. And my in radius will be 2. Question number 15. Anil invests 22,000 for 6 years in a scheme with 4% interest per annum compounded half yearly. Okay. Separately, Sunil invests a certain amount in the same scheme for 5 years and then reinvests the entire amount he receives at the end of 5 years for 1 year at 10% simple interest. If the amounts received by both of them at the end of 6 years are equal, then the initial investment made by Sunil will be what? Okay, so we know that the uh, compounding is done half yearly. Okay, so the interest which is 4% per annum will become 2%, and years, so it's for 6 years it will become 12 years. Okay, so let us write this will be 22,000 into 1.02 to the power 12. This amount is equal to the investment made by Sunil. So what Sunil does is he invests a certain amount but in the same scheme. So I'll still have 4% interest per annum, but since compounding is done half yearly, this will be 1.02 to the power. So Sunil does the investment for 5 years. So since compounding is done half yearly, it will become 10 years. Now, after this, what Sunil does is he takes this amount and he reinvests it for one more year at 10% simple interest. So, all that we have to do here is multiplied by 1.1. Okay. So, let's solve this. This will go, this I'm left with 2, and Let us expand this. So this will be 22,000 into 102 by 100. One more 102 by 100. This will be x into 11 by 10. Okay. So I have 3 zeros and 1, 2, 3. Fourth zero also will go. So let us also cut this out. 11 twos are 22. Now I have to do 102 into 102. So you should know these methods. 102 into 102. This will give me 0, 4, 104, 10404. So I have 2 into 10404. So this means that x will be 20808. Okay, which is my option B. So question number 16 says the roots alpha beta of the equation 3x square plus lambda x minus 1 equals to 0 satisfy 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square equals to 15. The value of alpha cube plus beta cube whole square is what? Okay, so what we'll do is we have a quadratic equation here. So I know the sum of the roots, that is alpha plus beta. Sum of the roots will be minus b by a. So in this case it will be minus lambda by 3, and the product of the roots, that is alpha into beta, will be c by a. So in this case this will be minus 1 by 3. Okay, so now this satisfies the equation 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square equals to 15. Okay, so let us further simplify this. So I'll have alpha square plus beta square upon alpha beta whole square as 15. So I'll have alpha square plus beta square as 15 into alpha beta whole square. Now from this result I know alpha into beta, so let's substitute, and this will give me 15 into minus 1 by 3 square, so this will be 1 by 9. So 3's are 9, 3 5's are 15. So I'll have alpha square plus beta square as 5 by 3. Okay, now what we'll do is I know alpha plus beta is minus lambda by 3. Let's square this. So this will give me alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta equals to lambda square by 9. Okay, I know alpha square plus beta square is 5 by 3. So this will be 5 by 3 plus 2 into alpha into beta is minus 1 by 3. Okay, so let us write this here itself. So this will give me minus 2 by 3. This will be lambda square by 9. 5 minus 2 is 3. So this will be 3 by 3. That means it will be 1. So lambda square will be 9. Okay, so I have one result here. Okay, so what I have to find? I have to find is alpha cube plus beta cube whole square. So let's work with alpha cube plus beta cube now. So I have alpha cube plus beta cube. So alpha cube plus beta cube is nothing but alpha plus beta into, let me take this a bit down. So alpha cube plus beta cube is alpha plus beta into alpha square minus alpha beta plus beta square, right? So alpha plus beta, I know it is minus lambda by 3. Alpha square plus beta square is 5 by 3 minus alpha into beta. Alpha into beta is minus 1 by 3. So this will be plus 1 by 3. Okay. So this will give me 6 by 3. 6 by 3 will be 2. So this value will be minus 2 lambda by 3. Okay. So I have alpha cube plus beta cube as minus 2 lambda by 3, and I need to find the square of this value. So let's square this. So I'll have to square RHS as well. This will give me 4 lambda square by 9. I know the value of lambda square, that is 9. So this will be 4 by 9 into value of lambda square 9. 9 goes. So the value will be 4. So my answer is 4. That is option C. Question number 17. A bus starts at 9 a.m. and follows a fixed route every day. One day, it traveled at a constant speed of 60 km per hour and reached its destination 3.5 hours later than its scheduled arrival time. Next day, it traveled two-thirds of its route in one-third of its total scheduled travel time, and the remaining part of the route at 40 km per hour to reach just on time. The scheduled arrival time of the bus will be what? Okay, so let d be the distance between the starting point and the destination. So we know that distance is speed into time. So let s be the speed at which the bus travels, and let t be the time the bus takes to reach the destination on time. Now let's use the data that's given to us. So we know that when the bus travels at 60 km per hour, it takes 3.5 hours more to reach its destination. So we can write it as when it takes 60 kilometers per hour, it takes 3.5 hours more. Okay, so again, this will be nothing but my distance itself. So now the next set of data says that it travels two-thirds of its route in one-third of the total time, and remaining part of the route in 40 km per hour. So how we can write this data? So let's say that this is the total route and this is the starting point. So this is the two-third of the distance. So we can write this as 2d by 3. This is the remaining distance. That means this is d by 3. Okay. After that, we know that the two-thirds of the distance is traveled in one-third of the total time. So this will be t by 3. And if this is t by 3, the remaining distance will be traveled in 2t by 3. And lastly, I know that the remaining part is traveled at 40 km per hour. So I know that this is traveled at 40 km per hour. So with this set of data, we can calculate something. So let's write this in the formula of d is equals to speed into distance is equal to speed into time. So this is distance, this will be speed into time. 3 goes, so finally I'll have distance as 80t. Okay, so from this result I know that distance is 60 into t plus 3.5. So let's use it here. So this d will be 60 into t plus 3.5, and we know that this is 80t. Now we just have to solve this for t. So this will give me 60t plus 3.5. This will give me 70 and 210. This will be 80t. So 20t will be equal to 210 and t will be equal to 10.5 hours. Okay, so with this I know that the bus takes 10.5 hours to travel the entire distance. Now coming back to the question, we need to find the scheduled arrival time of the bus. Now I know the bus left at 9 a.m. so it takes 10.5 hours, so which means that it will reach at 9 plus 10.5 hours, which will be at 7:30 p.m. Okay, so my answer will be 7:30 p.m. That is option C. Question number 18. Three circles of equal radii touch but not cross each other externally. Two other circles x and y are drawn such that both touch but not cross each of the three previous circles. If the radius of circle x is more than that of y, circle y, the ratio of the radii of x and y will be what? So quickly trying to understand the question. We have three circles and all these circles are they have equal radii and they touch each other externally. We have two additional circles, circle x and circle y. They also touch these three circles together externally. Now, how is this possible? We will have one big circle here and one small circle here. Okay, so in this way, we have two circles touching all three of them together. Now we know that the radius of circle x is more than that of circle y, which means that the bigger circle will be my circle x and the smaller circle will be my circle y. So this is the figure that we are going to draw now and then work on the further data. So we have a bigger circle, and within that we have three circles that will touch each other externally. Okay, so please bear with me with this figure because it's a bit challenging to draw. Okay, now we also have a circle that will be inside here. Okay, so perfect. Now let's also mark the center of these circles. Okay, now further what we can do is let's connect the centers of these circles. Okay, now what we can see that the radius of these circles. Okay, so let us just write this will be r, this will be r, 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 r. So now I have a triangle with each side as 2r. So this makes this triangle as an equilateral triangle, which means that the angle of this triangle, each angle of this triangle will be 60 degree. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll connect the center of this small circle with one of the these similar circles. So if I connect the centers of these two circles, and let me also make a line here and let's also mark this. Okay, so we have a triangle here now. Okay, now the center of this circle and the center of the one of the similar circles, what will be the hypotenuse of this triangle? Okay, we also know that this will be a right angle triangle, right? Because this line that we have drawn comes from the tangent. Okay, so this angle of the equilateral triangle is 60 degree. So the line connecting the centers of these two circles will bisect this 60-degree angle, which makes this as angle 30 degree. Okay, now uh, this is also my radius r and this will be radius small r. Okay, so to visualize this figure better, let us draw it here itself. We have this triangle. The hypotenuse is r plus r. We know this is 90 degree. This is 30 degree. This will be 60 degree. And this will be r again. Now let's try to come up with some relationship here. We know that cos 30 is adjacent upon hypotenuse. Okay, so using that I'll get both of these values included in an equation. So cos 30 will be adjacent upon hypotenuse. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So this will be root 3 by 2. So this will again be r upon r plus r. So let's try to write this, introduce a variable and let's try to find individual values. So r will be root 3k and r plus r will be 2k. So if r is root 3k, I can find small r. So small r will be 2k minus root 3k. Okay, so I have the values of r and small r. Now what we need to find is the ratio of radius of circle x to circle y. So the radius of circle x, so we know that this is circle x and this one here is circle y. So the radius of circle x will be small r plus this r as well, right? So this r as well. So the radius of circle x will be r plus r and the radius of circle y will be small r. Okay, so this gives me r plus 2r upon r. Value of r is already here, so this will be 2k minus root 3k and plus 2r. I know r is root 3k, so plus 2r will be plus 2 root 3k divided by small r will be again 2 minus root 3 into k. I can write it in this way. Okay, so this is 2k, 2 root minus root 3 plus 2 root 3 will give me plus root 3k, and let's take this in bracket. Okay, this will again be 2 minus root 3k. So k goes. Now what we'll do is we can get rid of this denominator. Let's just multiply numerator and denominator with the conjugate of denominator. So multiplying this by numerator and denominator by 2 plus root 3, I'll get numerator as 2 plus root 3 square whole square. So this will be a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, and in the denominator it will be a plus b, a minus b, right? So what I'm doing is I'm multiplying numerator and denominator by 2 plus root 3, that's all. And the denominator will be a plus b, a minus b, that is a square minus b square. So this will be 4 minus 3. So the numerator will be 7 plus 4 root 3 and denominator will be 1. Okay, so this should be my answer, which is option C. So the next question says a vessel contained a certain amount of a solution of acid and water. When 2 liters of water was added to it, the new solution had 50% acid concentration. When 15 liters of acid was further added to this new solution, the final solution had 80% acid concentration. The ratio of water and acid in the solution will be what? Okay, so we have acid, we have water, and initially whatever liters of water was there, 2 liters of water is added. So this gives me the new this gives us the new solution with 50% acid concentration. So if acid is 50%, water will be the remaining 50%. So this means that the initially in the solution the water was x minus 2 liters, and acid will be also will be the same anyways. It will be x. Okay. So further, when 15 liters of acid was added to the new solution, so when we had plus 15 liters, the final solution had 80% acid concentration. Okay, so when this was x plus 15, water was the same x, we had acid concentration as 80%. So that means x plus 15 upon the sum of acid and water, that is 2x plus 15. This concentration was 80%. Let's solve this. This will give me 5x plus 15 into 5. This will be 8x plus 15 into 4. And this will give me 15 equals to 3x. So the value of x will be 5. Okay. So this means that, okay, so what we need to find? We need to find ratio of water and acid in the original solution. Okay, so before that the acid initially was x, which means it was 5 liters, and water was x minus 2, that means it was 3 liters. We need to find ratio of water and acid, so it will be 3 by 5. Okay, so that will be my option D. Let's look at the next question. All the values of x satisfying the inequality 1 by x plus 5 less than equal to 1 by 2x minus 3 are. Okay, so first of all, don't make this mistake of cross multiplying this, because we have a nice bait sitting here. Okay, so what we'll do is, let's bring the LHS to the right hand side. So 1 by 2x minus 3 minus 1 by x plus 5. This will be greater than or equal to 0. So I'll have x plus 5 minus 2x plus 3 upon, this will be multiplied. This will give me 2x square plus 10x minus 3x minus 15 greater than or equal to 0. This will be 8 minus x upon 2x square plus 7x minus 15 greater than or equal to 0. So 15 2s is 30, 10 3s are 30, 10 and minus 3 are the factors. So numerator will be 8 minus x, 10 and 3 are the factors. So this will be 10 and minus 3 are the factors. So this will be x plus 10 by 2 and x minus 3 by 2. This will be greater than or equal to 0. So 10 by 2 is 5. Let's write 5 here. Okay, so we have this now. From here, what we can say is x will not be equal to minus 5. Okay, because then the denominator will be 0, and similarly x will not be equal to 3 by 2 for the same reasons. Okay, and x can be 8 because we can see it's greater than or equal to 0. So now let's go ahead and try to place this in on a number line. So I have x as minus 5, so it will be here. One will be 3 by 2 and the other will be 8. Okay, 8 minus x, so the value that will take on the number line will be 8. 3 by 2 will be nothing but 1.5. So okay, so what we have to do is, let's take a value greater than 8. We know 8 satisfies, but if we take x as 9, this will be negative, this will be positive, this will be positive, overall value will be negative. So it won't satisfy. So this will give me negative values. Now I can say that this will give me positive, this will be negative, this will be positive. Okay. You can even go ahead and check it for some values, but yeah, this should be proper. Now, here I know that okay, x 8 is possible, but 3 by 2. So let's take 2 and let's check if this satisfies. If I take 2, this will be positive, this will be 7, and this will be 0.5. So yes, it's greater than equal to 0. So it's satisfies. So from here, I can say that the value of x will be less than or equal to 8, but it will be greater than 3 by 2. Okay. Now coming here, uh, I know that the value cannot be -5, and for -6, it from -6 till minus infinity, it should satisfy. So let's check for -6 quickly. If 8, if I take x as -6, this value will be positive, this will be negative, and this will be negative. So negative negative will become positive. Numerator was already positive. The overall value is positive. So it satisfies. So that means x will be less than -5. Okay. So this should be my set of values that will satisfy this inequality. Let's try to find this in the options, and this will be my option B. That's my answer. So let's look at question number 21. If x and y are real numbers such that 4x square plus 4y square minus 4x minus 6y plus 3 equals to 0, then what will be the value of 4x plus 5y? Okay, so whenever we see an expression of this kind, all that we can do is try to mold this into whole squares. Okay, so what we can do is we can see here I have x square, y square, and minus 2xy also hidden here. So I can try to mold this into x minus y whole square form. So we'll do that. So if I take 2x here as a, so a square will give me 4x square. So that's sorted. And if I take minus y as b, so minus 2ab, so for minus 2ab, this will get satisfied. It will be minus 4xy, right? So I think we can do this. Let's see. So this will be 4x square minus 4xy plus y square. Okay. So from this we have 4x square and minus 4xy sorted. I have 1y square, so I'm left with 3y square here. So let's just rewrite the expression. So I can rewrite it as 2x minus y whole square plus 3y square minus 6y plus 3 equals to 0. Let's take 3 common here, and this will be 3 into y square minus 2y plus 1 equals to 0. So this is of the form y minus 1 whole square. So this will be 2x minus y whole square plus 3 into y minus 1 whole square equals to 0. Okay. Now the sum of this expression is equal to 0, which means that this term and this term as well, both of these will be equal to 0. Okay, so from this I can say that I have 2x minus y as 0, so this will be 2x equals to y, and from here y minus 1 is 0, that means y will be 1, and if y is 1, x will be 1 by 2. Okay, now what we need to find, 4x plus value of 4x plus 5y, so this will be 4 into x, that is 1 by 2, plus 5 into y, that is 1. So this will be 2s are 4, and the overall value will be 7. That will be my answer. Let's look at the last question now. When Rajesh's age was same as the present age of Garima, the ratio of the ages was 3:2. When Garima's age becomes the same as the present age of Rajesh, the ratio of their ages, that is of Rajesh and Garima, will be what? Okay, so what we'll do is we have Rajesh here, Garima, so we'll note the earlier ages here, and we have their present ages here. Okay, so so let the present age of Rajesh be R and Garima will be G. When Rajesh's age was same as the present age of Garima, that is when Rajesh was G, the ratio of the ages was 3:2. So let's try to put the ratios right away. So this will be 3x and this will be 2x. Okay, so we know the age of Garima is 3x, so it will be 3x here as well. And so from 2x to 3x, we are going ahead by x years. So here as well, if we go ahead by x years, this will be 4x. Okay. Now let's work with these values only. When Garima's age becomes the same as the present age of Rajesh, now the Garima's age has become the same as present age of Rajesh. So that means this has become 4x now. What will be the ratio of Rajesh and Garima? Okay. Now this goes by x years, increases by x years, 3x to 4x. So this will also increase by x years. So this will give me 5x. Okay. And the ratio of ages of Rajesh and Garima will be 5x by 4x. That means 5 by 4. This will be my answer. That is option D. So that will be all from my side, guys. If you like this session, please do share it with your friends and let me know in the comments if you have any queries or if you'd like to explore any methods that you have in your mind. I'll be more than happy to help you and I'll see you soon in the next session. Bye.